On to all of my Taurus out there. So how y'all doing today? Let's get into it. Hope y'all are having a great day, by the way. Shuffle up these cards for y'all. Come on. No. Come on. Shuffle it up again. All right, there we go. So you have the Ten of Pentacles. You know how the gum in the cards are. That's why they get jumbled together sometimes. So for you, Taurus, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Emperor, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Justice, the King of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is that I'm seeing how it is that a lot of you Taurus, right? I'm honestly seeing how a lot of you Taurus are kind of just reflecting on your not so recent, uh, not so distant past. Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands, the Emperor. So many people try to, I mean, you're not in a relationship as of right now. This is more so about your own reflection of it. A lot of people like to treat you like trash. A lot of people like to waste your time. And as a result, they end up finding out later that what happens when you try being a decent individual and they don't want to be that, what happens? Right? And what happens is the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Emperor. They ended up with nothing, and you end up with everything. You know, like I said before, a lot of people who are not going to be able to understand what decency is. They're going to act like they do. They don't understand the type of power that decency and self-respect and a healthy respect of other people provide. Um, it provides you a form of protection, spiritual protection, physical protection, mental protection, because a lot of the stuff that other people are exposed to, that's what's making them be the way that they are, right? Especially people on the internet, people face to face, just the back and forth, the anger, the delusion, the willingness to, I mean, you got to understand that, the way that certain situation is, you could tell that some people are not necessarily all the way up there, and when you have decency, because what's going on is that those people have compromised themselves in some sort of way, some sort of fashion. And that's what playing games is, right? That those people that's how they ended up getting to where they are now. That's what playing games is. When you're out here and you're playing games, remember what it is. You have to do things to compromise yourself more and more and more and more. And maybe I may make this into a video later on. Maybe not. I don't know. But the Ten of Wands and the the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Wands is about just that, right? So these people think that they're getting away with the better deal because they got you before you got them, right? That they gave you the short end of the stick, right? That they gave you a raw deal, right? A bad deal, right? From hanging out with them, and they played you and you were supposed to be smarter than that. It sounds like nihilism to me, because what's the goal here, Taurus? And this is why I'm saying that when you really have decency and self-respect, you really have time to sit back. See, people who are in the game and they are compromised, they want they want everything to be fast. They want everything to be fast. They don't really They don't want you to sit back. That is definitely not one of the things that they want you to do. They don't want you to sit back and see things for what it is. So that's nihilism, because the person has taken it upon themselves to do what? They've taken it upon themselves as some sort of personal responsibility to try to prove to everybody else in the world that love doesn't exist by trying to what? Get one over on other people. Now you already know what this look means. That is just what this look means, is that obviously this person has a couple of screws loose. They're not the brightest bulb on a tree, nor are they the sharpest knife in a drawer. And see, this is part of where, see, now you're seeing it. This is part of where the game lies. The game, if you use games all the time, you're not necessarily the brightest bulb on a tree, because this is what, and I'm giving y'all a lot of information. This is what a lot of the game is about. A lot of the game, or the games, or the need, quote unquote need for games, is also about, really what it is on one level, I ain't gonna say it's the only thing, because it comes many levels. On one level, it's the level of the person isn't that intelligent. They're not. And that's part of where they end up getting compromised, because they're not very intelligent. So what happens is that something's wrong with them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where the game comes into play, because they can easily be compromised on their decency, to where if they were building up their heart, if they were building up their body, if they were building up their heart, if they were building up their mind, right? These are all evidences or traces of spirituality. If they were building that up, right? That value system, that inner value system, right? Inwardly, these are all things that that naturally act as a protection and a fighting force against those things that compromise you, right? Being cross-eyed and stuff like this, right, is a symptom of being some sort of spiritual and therefore physical compromisation, right? So I'm saying all that to say that the Five of Wands and the Justice and the King of Cups represents. So you Taurus now understand what it is that I'm talking about. If, by the way, if you find value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. I am available to do personal readings today. In the comment section, in the pinned post, there should be a link tree link. Click on it. It'll redirect you to a website which has my email address, in which you can contact me. If you don't want to go to my website, you can contact me through my email. Ask me about the readings there, right? If you want to, when you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, you can go directly to my website, right? It'll say private tarot readings. You can go click on that, check out the rates that I have within the website, and click donate, because it is a clickable button, right? And check that out. Also, too, my Instagram is in there. Follow me if you would. Um, the books that I have on Amazon, like I said before, I'm writing my third book. I'm nowhere near being done. This book is going to be, I guarantee you, this book is going to be a masterpiece. I'm nowhere near being done, right? And if you're sensitive and you're not really trying to get love, and you just trying to be out here and play games, don't buy the book. If you really serious about being in a relationship, I'm really going to break everything down so much, to the point where anybody can essentially get it. So we're really going to see the real people from the fake people, because now the knowledge will be available to you in book form, right? So thank you. That's all it is that I want to say. I am available to do readings today. Thank you. So the Three of Wands, the Justice, and the King of Cups represent. So, sometimes love, a lot of times people want to only hear about in these readings how people are coming in and they're the dime piece and all this other. Like I said before, this is real life. Grow up. So, and I'm not saying you Taurus are like this. I'm saying in a general sense for the people who think that all this stuff is only going to be about how you're impeccable. Like I said before, those other tarot readers are lying to you. Me, I'm telling you the real with proof, with evidence that I am. Um, so this sometimes love has to deal with just relaxing and sitting back and kind of seeing how, people are doing without you, right? And there's been times in my own life too where I've been glad that I didn't that certain me and certain people had a falling out, and I didn't get with certain people, because then when news gets back to me, oh, such and such, this happened to such and such got arrested, such and such did this, such and such did that, and I'm like, wow, I told such and such that I wanted to hang out with them and on that level, and now they're arrested and they doing this and they doing that and they out here wilding and they. So that's where it is that a lot of you Taurus happen to be right now. A lot of you Tauruses, a lot of you Taurus right now are just honestly doing your thing. You're not necessarily with somebody. You're just hearing about the nonsense and maintaining your own value. Because like a lot of times people will think that every time you have to be in a talking stage. No, sometimes these readings are about self-love and the need to, take care of your own self. Sometimes these readings are about, you maintaining your value. And, if you see somebody that you were interested in, you would talk to, but for right now, right? Because you're not going to be able to approach every single day. How many people approach or get approached by somebody every single day of the week? Come on, that's not real. So sometimes, right, certain days you may hear talk, of how it is that somebody ended up getting with somebody else and the relationship didn't work out and they was asking about you. So the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles is, this is the situation that you Taurus happen to be in, where people are asking about you, kind of, how things not really working out. They're taught, when they were with you, they tried to play all these games and waste your time, waste their own time. But then, now that, they're not with you, and if they were with you, it probably would have been a better, to be honest with you, it probably would have been a terrible scenario too, because someone who's delusional like that, it doesn't matter how fly the person is. It doesn't matter how fly you Taurus would have been to them. They still would have found a way to mess that up. Because like I said, they're not necessarily the brightest bulb on a tree. And then when you mix low IQ with, uh, I should say, when you mix lack of common sense with delusion, that's not a very good mix. They're too far gone. It's nil. You're wasting your time. So the Ace of Pentacles is, so when word gets back to you, Taurus, it'll kind of have you feel good inside. Because you Taurus will be like, well, you did try to help them out, but they just didn't want to really listen to you. But let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. So you have the Three of Swords, right? Queen of Wands, the Fool, and the Queen of Pentacles, right? So these four cards are about, they didn't want to hang out with you. You're continuing to move forward. You don't really care too much about it. Word got back to you that these people that you were trying to get to know, they're still doing bad, even though they were trying to make it seem like they were above your level. But the people that they're hanging out, it's trashy. And the Three of Swords and the Queen of Wands represents, you feel good because now there's a sense of confidence there, because look at how it is that they talked about you like you were trash, and yet they talked about you in the past like you were trash. But look at how it is that you not getting caught up with the nonsense that they getting caught up with, but supposedly you're the trash. It doesn't add up. The Fool. So then you have the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. with all of this acting like they're so much better than you, it's not real. And they're, again, it's nil. Like, how many people you know who are like, who can't, you know what I'm saying? Like in life, their life is just going downhill, but they're better than you. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos.